Okay, so I may have already gotten my Tokon prediction wrong. If you don't already know, this past weekend at the Arc World Tour, ArcSys revealed the next team for Marvel Tokon being the Amazing Guardians, with the team leader of Spider-Man, with Miss Marvel, Star-Lord, and Penny Parker. And I just want to say, first off, I called that Spider-Man, Miss Marvel, and Star-Lord were going to be on one team. Everybody was saying like, oh, who could have predicted this? I did. I predicted this. But of course, the big thing that I did not predict was the fact that Penny Parker was going to be the fourth team member, because I had previously said that Kate Bishop was going to take this slot, assuming that we were going to get a street-level Young Avengers style team. But instead, we did kind of get that, but we had a mix of street-level heroes with Guardians of the Galaxy. And this one team has thrown Tokon speculation completely for a loop. Myself and kind of everyone else in the community had speculated that these teams were going to be made up of already existing superhero teams that exist in Marvel Comics already. But the Amazing Guardians have not existed at all and are completely new to Tokon. So I wanted to take the time to reflect on this reveal and see what this could mean for the future teams. Because what this team tells me is that they wanted to include Star-Lord in the base game, but didn't really want to include any other Guardians. And if they already had Penny Parker in this lineup and they already had the other teams formed, I feel like the Amazing Guardians was kind of a last-minute decision, because it is very random, and even if people like myself guessed that Star-Lord was going to be with Spider-Man, we really had no clue that it would be a Guardians team. So it's pretty obvious that ArcSys is just doing whatever they want, and Marvel is seemingly cool with it and aren't trying to push any kind of canon onto them. But the reason that I'm making this video in the first place is because I do believe that there are some clues that can point us into the right direction. The first thing I want to talk about is something that may have accidentally been revealed to us. Now, I do not want to cover leaks at all on this channel, but what I'm about to talk about is something that was shown in an official B-roll footage. A bunch of YouTubers like Maximilian Dude and Sagem were invited to play the new Tokon build, which I am so happy to hear that the game has improved so much. But they were given B-roll to show off since they weren't allowed to record their own footage. Some eagle-eyed viewers were able to notice that in the footage, in between matches when they were loading, a little loading icon would appear in the bottom right-hand corner. And this is what that logo was. Now you might be saying to yourselves, Sizoid, this is just a normal Avengers logo but blue, how does this hint at anything? Well, if you really look at it, it's not really the Avengers logo. You see, in the New York stage in Tokon, we can see the Avengers Tower, and we can see what the official Avengers logo is in the Tokon canon, and it's the Avengers logo that we see everywhere. But if you put the two side by side, you can see that there are some subtle differences. First, like I said, it is blue instead of red. But if you look at the arrow that slashes through the A, you can see that in the official Avengers logo, it stops right at the border of the A. But in the loading screen one, it goes past the A, almost as if it is trying to make a 4 shape. This has led to a lot of people to speculate that the team led by Captain America will be a mix of Avengers and the Fantastic Four. This would be an absolute game changer. So many people have wanted the entirety of the Fantastic Four to be in this game as their full team. I mean, it would make sense. It's a tag game with 4 characters per team. The Fantastic Four would fit that pretty well. But a lot of people would rebuke that, including myself, because the entire Fantastic Four would take up a lot of slots in an already limited 20-character roster. And Miss Marvel is in the game, who already has a similar power set to Reed Richards. But now with this idea that the Avengers might be combined with the Fantastic Four, we have a little bit of an interesting concept here. I do think it'll stay true that Iron Man will be with Captain America, but now that begs the question, which Fantastic Four members are going to be on this team? I think the Thing is an obvious choice. This game already needs more bigger, close-range tank characters to begin with. We did just get Penny, who is in a giant mech, but I think having a close-range boxer-type character would work really well, and I think Thing would really fit that. As for the final slot, I mean, it could go to a lot of people. I do think that Mr. Fantastic will be ignored in favor of Miss Marvel, so I'm just gonna throw him away. That does leave Invisible Woman and Human Torch, and if I had to put money on it, I would say Invisible Woman. I think she has a very unique power set, and I do think that it would make sense to have at least one female character per team. Now, with this idea in mind that they'll combine other pre-existing teams with other ones and make a brand new team, this makes speculation for the other two teams a little bit more hard. Now, I had said in my prediction video that Doctor Doom was going to lead the Cabal, while Ghost Rider was going to lead the Midnight Suns. And I do think that my Midnight Suns prediction is going to be more accurate than my Cabal prediction. And what I mean by that is I do think that the Midnight Suns team is going to be two distinct teams combining into one. But there are just so many characters in the Midnight Suns that I would love to see. Blade, first of all, Nico Minoru, Moon Knight, my beautiful baby boy Man-Thing, who I said in my prediction video was my most wanted character, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't think he's making it. But as for what the other half of this team will be, we can potentially look at some of the teases that they show in the which team will assemble next graphic at the end of the Amazing Guardians reveal. If we go to that part of the trailer, we can see that somebody has scribbled little doodles onto this graphic. And if you look at Ghost Rider, we can potentially get some hints. As you can see right here, there is a little rubber duck doodle. A lot of people have said that this potentially could be Howard the Duck, but I do have a rebuttal to that. If you were to pre-order the Ultimate Edition of the game, you would get a Howard the Duck lobby avatar. Based on what we've seen in the Tokon betas, we can assume that every playable character on the base roster is going to have their own lobby avatar. So my question would be, if Howard the Duck is going to be on the base roster, why would they put his lobby avatar behind a pre-order Ultimate Edition? I just don't think that would make a lot of sense and would be greedy in a very weird way. So I don't think this rubber duck doodle is teasing Howard the Duck at all. The next doodle is a marshmallow being roasted over Ghost Rider's head. And with this little cheeky joke of somebody roasting a marshmallow over Ghost Rider's head, and with this rubber duck, this has led a lot of people to believe that maybe Deadpool will be on this team. And one team that Deadpool is known to be associated with is X Factor. Now, there have been so many mutants that have joined X Factor in the past, and Deadpool has only led a few variations of that team. Looking at the Deadpool movie, we could be getting characters like Cable or Domino. This would stay in line with the idea of combining two teams together to make a brand new one with characters that have some association or relationship with one another. There isn't much that we can go off from this, but I'm just going to take a shot in the dark, change my past prediction, and say that Ghost Rider's team is going to be the X-Suns, the Midnight Factor. And as for who's going to be on this team, I really want my Man-Thing, dude, but for what I think is most realistic, I'd probably have to say Ghost Rider, Blade, Deadpool, and we'll go with Domino to keep that one female character per team consistent. For Doom's team, we have a lot less to go off of. The only doodle that we have is a little magic wand in the middle of his power that he has in his palm. Doom's team could be more in line with the Unbreakable X-Men in the fact that the Unbreakable X-Men is consisted of all X-Men characters, where Doom's team could consist of all magic-based characters. That does lead me to think of characters like Scarlet Witch or Doctor Strange. For villains, I'm thinking like Dr. Voodoo, or you can even make an argument that Magneto is a little bit magic-based. It could also just be teasing to the fact that Doctor Doom does use magic, and we still could be getting a Cabal team or a villain-based team led by Doctor Doom. And if we're keeping the idea that they're just combining two existing teams together, we could have the Cabal with the Brotherhood of Mutants, or the Masters of Evil with the Sinister Six. So I'm actually still going to stay strong on my prediction that Doom's team is going to be the Cabal. I just think my initial prediction has so many unique characters that we wouldn't see in any of the other teams, so I think that is a direction they could go. So yeah, I just wanted to make a quick video kind of reanalyzing the Tokon roster with the information that we have now. I am disappointed that this may lead to Man-Thing not being in the game, but at the end of the day, I really don't care if any of my predictions were wrong. And I don't really care who ends up in this game. A lot of people were pretty pissed off about Penny Parker's inclusion, which I get it, I'm not super crazy about her either. But Marvel Tokon is literally my dream game. I have wanted a solo Marvel fighting game for the past 10 years. I don't care who gets in this game. This game existing is enough for me. But as for who's left to get revealed, only time will tell. We have 8 characters left. And we can go off the potential hints that they've given us, but I don't think anybody has accurately predicted what this roster is going to end up being. Because Arxis is getting weird with it, and Marvel is just letting them. But thank you all so much for watching. Please check out my Tokon reaction videos that I've posted. And please subscribe, because whenever Tokon comes out, I'm going to go ham with videos and you won't want to miss it. You all have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you online.